Hello and welcome to a Getting Started video on Mechanic Manager. So when you log in for the first time, you're presented with this screen. It looks blank, but it fills out with the monthly sales here as a bar chart showing you the sales, the yearly sales for the financial year. That's a bar chart, but there's nothing there at the moment. As you invoice, it will fill out. So when you get started, all you do is you just start using it, and we'll start with the invoice. So once you've done, so click on New Invoice up here under Invoice and Sales. Once you've done 15, 20 invoices, they're all the same. It'll just be like factory work after that, process work. So all you've got to do is enter the customer name, the vehicle rego, parts and labour onto the body of the invoice. So because we've just started, there's no vehicles in there at the moment. So to add a vehicle, you can add quickly from here. You can also do it in other places, like at the customer record. So I'll just quick add vehicle. And I will do quick add vehicle and customer because we've got no customers either at the moment. We've just started. So quick add customer and vehicle. Click on that. Okay, so the customer name, say it was, we'll just say Bob Jones. Okay, pre-filled a few things there. So I'm just changing it. Okay, and I'll save that. And I'll add his vehicles. I'll go to vehicle details. So the rego number, got a rego there. I'll just select that. We'll put the odometer. I'll just select that. Sort of it's pre-filling a few things. The make, we'll say Ford, model, Falcon, year 2022, month 8, color blue. You can fill out whatever you like. You can leave things out as well. Just leave them as blank. We'll save that. So the vehicle details and the customer go directly onto the invoice. So there's the rego number, there's the customer name, Bob Jones. There's the vehicle details. There's 100,000 in the odometer. There's the year, the make, and the model. So it's already on there. As you add a customer, it goes directly onto the invoice. Now you can use this customer. This customer is saved permanently. So whenever he comes in, you can just look up his name, and he will come up with all the vehicles that he owns, and you can select it, the vehicle that you want to service for him. So let's just clear the screen, and if he comes in again later on, you can just type in Bob, say B. It was Bob. Was it Fred? Can't remember now. Okay, if you can't remember what his name is, you can click on this button here, and here it is. Okay, it's Bob Jones. Right, another way of doing it, if you just type in the first character, say Bob, B for Bob, he comes up here, you select him, his vehicles come up. I'll select Falcon, and go straight onto the invoice with the year, make, model, etc. And all we do is add parts and labour. So the invoice has a customer, the vehicle, and parts and labour, and that's all there is to it. So to add parts and labour, we'll just go on the first line. We've got no parts in at the moment, so we want a A360 air filter. There's nothing there, no data available, so we'll add easy add item. We'll add it in. We don't even have to add it in, okay? But we'll add this in. You can just cancel and just type it in without saving any parts or anything in the database or the system. Okay, but we'll add it in so we can use it again later. So we'll click on easy add. We'll put a description in, air filter. We'll say the cost is say $30 or say $40, and the retail is 55. Quantity, say we want 1. this customer. We'll sell it straight away. We'll save that, and it goes directly onto the invoice. So there's the air filter there, and we've got sale price includes GST. So the total invoice is 55 because it's $55. If we exclude GST, so yeah, if you add GST, it'll be $60.50. Okay, because you're adding GST, but we'll say sale price includes GST, so it's just 55, and that's it. That's the invoice. Now you can add. You don't have to even put part numbers in there. You can just start typing in descriptions. Say put a story in here, labour. Done this and that. You can put a whole story in there. We'll say $300. Okay, so your story, this expands as well. When you click on that, you can put a whole story in there. And that's basically it. That's the invoice. So you got the customer, the rego, the vehicle, the rego for the vehicle details, and the parts and labour. You can also connect to Repco Parts and get parts directly off Repco Navigator Pro. And we're doing Burson as well. They've just changed a few things, so we're upgrading that at the moment. And that's basically the invoice. So all you do now is click on the green button to make payment and save. There's the invoice total. You can pay it off by clicking on one of these things here, or you can type it in. So I can click on that and say it's going to pay it on Visa. The customer's going to pay on Visa. Or you can do a part payment. I can pay $100 here and $50 on MasterCard, for example, and say I pay $100 here, $50 cash, say $50 cash, and then it's got a balance due of $205. I can just save that, or print and save it, or email it to the customer. So if I save the invoice, all unpaid invoices come up here on the left hand side. You can always look up an invoice on this lookup button. Look up invoice. There it is there. Just select it. There's another way of looking up invoices, but that's just local to the invoice here. So when the customer comes back at the end of the day to pay his invoice, you can click on his invoice. All the outstanding ones will be sitting here. You can also change that to paid or all, or whatever. So I'll click on his invoice. When he comes in, make payment. You can add to it. You can change it. You can do whatever you want with it. Update it. You can delete it. So I won't make any changes. I'll just save it and pay the rest off. So I'll click say it's paying the rest off on by direct deposit. So $205 goes in there. You just click there, puts $205, and you go print and save, and it saves it, prints it. I didn't press it. I'll just pay it off here on direct deposit. You just go print and save. It'll print it and save it at the same time. I'll just save it for now. It says the invoice number already exists. You want to save it, make changes to it, or just say yes. That's if there's any changes. Save any changes. Do you want to save any changes made to this invoice? We'll just go yes. And that's it. It's been paid. And it's come off the list, but you can always find it by clicking on there, look up invoice. There it is there. With all the totals. You can search on any criteria here for any invoice you want. Make, model, car, date, customer name, whatever you like, job number. And it gives you a total of all those invoices between any date criteria that you want. Where's date criteria? Up here, so you can choose a date criteria from date and to date. And once you save the invoice, it updates the inventory, does all the accounting, the cost of goods. It knows what it cost you and what you sold it for, so it works out the profit for you. Does all the journal entries, does all the journal entries for the customer statements. It updates the balance sheet, the profit and loss, the trial balance. the ledgers, updates, everything's automatic. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is save the invoice, and all the reports are there. Okay, so you got GST reports. It does all your GST, all your accounting reports, trial balance, general ledger, balance sheet, etc. You got your sales reports, penny reports there, purchase reports. So if we have a look at the profit and loss, for example, it shows here you've made $282 for that period for this financial year. Puts the current financial year as a default. Yeah, everything's automatically updated, and all the accounting records are done according to Australian and international accounting practices. And if you change an invoice, it'll reverse everything and redo it again without you having to do anything. So I can go in here, I can go look up invoice, grab that. If I click on that there, delete, I'll delete that. So now the invoice is only 55. If I save it, okay, and I won't even pay it off, so it'll undo the payment as well from the customer receivables ledger. And it'll update the balance sheet, everything, accounts receivables, everything's automatic. So I'll save that. Ask you, do you want to save any changes made to this invoice? I'll say yes. So it's saved it and it's come back up here again as it's outstanding. So that was sold 55. We go to the profit and loss. You'll see accounting, profit and loss. So the sales income was 50. Okay, because the part was 50, it was $5 GST. The cost is 40, so the profit's 10. So it's updated everything automatically, and the $5 GST doesn't go on the profit and loss because GST is a tax which is off the profit and loss, right? It's on the balance sheet, but just to keep it simple, it'll be on the GST report. So if I go to GST, say you're doing cash basis, and click on that, and it will be on the balance sheet in the trial balance. It might be, where could it be? Let me think. Hang on a second. GST accrual. Could be on accrual because it's not paid off. Okay, because if it was a cash invoice, because it's still outstanding, it's an accrual GST. Because if we calculate GST, you can have cash basis GST or accrual. Cash basis means as you receive the cash, the GST is payable to the government. Accrual is when you make the sale. So if we do it on an accrual basis, we've made the sale, so the GST is $5. Okay, there is that GST collected because we made the sale even though we haven't collected the money. But if we collect the money, if I go in here and collect the money, it'll come up in the cash report. So if I collect the money, so on Visa card, just to keep it simple, I can say cash or whatever, but it's all the same. So I'll say Visa card. I won't say cash, not to confuse the issue. Say he pays off on Visa. I'll say save. Okay, we've saved the invoice. Now if I go into GST report cash, because it's been paid, the cash has been received, it will come up here. Okay, unlike before, it only came up when you accrual. Okay, so there's the cash GST detail report, and there's the $5 collected. It does the same thing with your purchases. You know, tax paid when you buy. Say you pay a phone bill, or you pay for your parts. The GST for the parts would be here, tax paid. Okay, so now that's the GST cash because the cash has been received. Credit sales. If you're using it depends on how you do your accounting method, right? So you've got cash and accrual. You can watch this video as many times as you want, and it'll sink in. Like as an engineer, sometimes I have to watch things, 10 times before it sinks in. Okay, so that's about it. It's got all the other functionality. You got job cards, and you got your purchases and all the vehicle your mechanic details, and your vehicles. You can transfer ownership of a vehicle. Yeah, and obviously you've got your service history down here. If I click on service history, so I select if I select the vehicle, I can click on here to select the vehicle. I'll select that one. If I click on service history, there's a service history which is just an air filter. Okay, so he might have 20 invoices. It just displays the service history. Down here you can search on the VIN number, make, model, customer name, etc. The vehicle history. Next and previous buttons here. The next and previous invoice. Customer phone number is on the screen, so you can ring him up if you need to as you're looking at his invoice. And you can connect to QuickBooks and MYOB if you want, and it'll write all the invoices automatically without you having to do anything to QuickBooks or MYOB or Xero as well. But you don't really need any of those programs for accounting. You might use Xero, for example, just for payroll, but all the accounting is done in this Mechanic Manager system anyway. Okay, so if you have any questions, give us a call or drop us an email and we'll be happy to answer you. Thanks for watching.